So let's move on from the previews to something to talk about Frank Lampard. Okay. So in these 5-6 matches, what do you think Parth Frank Lampard did really exceptional and did really, really wrong, which could have caused us the game or did cause us the game? What do you think, Parth?
This season, I think Lampard has had a kind of mixed managerial performance. I think, for example, like we talked about West Brom game. I think first half was not that best. I think again Tottenham second half, maybe what was the idea behind those substitutions was not really clear. So I think Palace game, I think he got that back for really spot on. So it has been an up and down kind of performance from him as a manager, but he still knows what he wants to do, and still now players coming back from injuries is, I think, is a big boost for him. So can try to put them in the best positions and play the way he wants to play.
Yeah, that's actually true because we have players who are going to come in and make a great impact. So, Rituraj, what do you think about Frank in this season?
You see, it's still 6 or 7 games into the season. I really don't want to judge him that much. As Mohit also said in the West Brom game, though, putting all the bodies forward for to get a goal, some scrambling to get a goal. So yeah, that those were some questionable decisions by Frank. Also in the Liverpool game, you can't actually would have removed Havertz in for Tomor. You could have did it to any other player, but not the link up player who can just make those one touch passes to Werner or anyone onto the wings, just to get behind in that Liverpool defense. So that was very very important to us in that game, and Frank removed him. So that was a rookie manager mistake, as anyone would say. But yeah, he's only 2 years or 3 years into the role of management. I don't really want to do just criticize him badly. He has got those good decisions also in the Palace game, also with the defense lineup. We should keep that same again. But yeah, Frank has been great. I trust him, of course, and let's see how the season goes. When he gets his best lineup, as I can say now, he Ziyech will be in contention to play against Southampton. All our major players, Pulisic will be there. All those proper natural wingers that we have, those can come into the play, and then we can see how Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, Pulisic can link up, and how they bring about a change in the squad. So good months ahead for us.
Yeah, definitely. That's really true because all the players coming in that could be really, really good for Chelsea in the next games. Mohit, what do you think,
And
Frank,
also, I
about
would like to
Frank?
add just a point, like Lampard has said such a thing that he has been forced to play Werner and Havertz in the position because of the unavailability of players. Okay, so Willian would, if he would have stayed for any reason, he wouldn't have played Mount or any other player on out of position that much that he has played now. He has accepted that he has played players out of position, but he has also given the reason for it, and that is the unavailability of players, or if or they are on the rehab facility recovering there to their best. So yeah, Mohit, you can continue.
Yes. Yeah, right. Mohit, what do you think?
Yeah, on Frank. Yeah, firstly, all to all the twats on Twitter was like Frank Lampard out.
Yeah.
Piss off from Chelsea.
Okay.
Don't be here. Like honestly, 6 games in sample size, बहुत छोटा है to judge Frank Lampard. Okay, and if Frank Lampard wouldn't be there, you wouldn't have Timo Werner, you wouldn't have Havertz, you wouldn't have Ziyech. These three wouldn't be there if Frank Lampard wouldn't be there. Okay, they all three have had talks with him.
Yeah.
So uh, remember that. Firstly, ये सब stars है because of a manager of the club, cares a lot for the club. Something
Exactly.
we haven't had since Jose Mourinho. Okay, Conte was passionate. Antonio Conte was a passionate manager, but he clearly didn't care about the club. You could see that 3-1 defeat to Tottenham. You could see in his face he didn't care about the club. All he cared about was, him winning trophies, his personal this thing, and thus he wanted to take charge. Conte was a great manager. Okay, no, Antonio Conte is a legend,
Yeah.
but he didn't love Chelsea as Jose Mourinho did or Frank Lampard does. So, uh, if when you have a manager who cares about your club like Frank Lampard, you keep him, even if he makes a few mistakes here and there. You keep him because Frank will learn. Frank will learn, and there is no doubt in this man's mentality. At least we as Chelsea fans should never have doubt on Frank Lampard's mentality. Let's be honest. Like, we know him for such a long time,
Yeah.
and yet we doubt him. Like, how ridiculous is that?
That is very ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, like half you're there's a good chance you're a Chelsea fan because of Frank Lampard. Okay, so just Frank Lampard out and all. Matlab is, and to those who like telling, I'm worried for Frank. Yeah, I'm worried for Frank as well because this is Chelsea. This is Chelsea, and agar if things go really bad, you know what happens. But I do have a little bit of optimism inside of me because Chelsea lately have changed. Yeah, they have changed. The last time, in my last horrible sacking was, you could say, Di Matteo, and then Benitez. Nobody wanted Benitez. Yeah, as a fans. And he was an interim manager, came in 2 years. And when did we sack Jose? We sacked Jose in December 20th, something like that. And when we were 16th, that's when we sacked Jose Mourinho, our greatest ever manager. So 16th थे that तब भी जाके sack किया. उसके बाद में we had Conte and we only sacked him because he didn't like he looked pissed off firstly, and he didn't care about the club, and like uska players like it was all going bad. Like all the players he wanted were old, either club philosophy ko suit nahi kar raha tha, if you can keep Conte for 3 years, you could win 3 trophies, but after that club goes down. I know Juventus का थोड़ा अजीब है, but अभी Juventus का वो old player strategy doesn't really work. You need young players. Conte is like Nainggolan दो मेरे को, Bonucci दो मेरे को. नहीं मतलब ठीक है. So Conte is a legend. He still won us a Premier League trophy. So
Yeah.
then Sarri, that could have gone on. Okay, he is someone who Sarri had a plan and all that, but he wanted to leave. Okay, we didn't sack him. He left.
Yeah.
So again, so you don't have evidence that Chelsea is gonna sack Lampard if things go bad. Okay, ये money spending का thing, we really haven't spent money. Okay, all that is just a hoax. With 3, it's just 4 windows का normal spending. 4 windows का spending कितना होता है उतना ही हुआ है. It's not a big thing. So yeah, I just hope my optimism there is right, and Chelsea don't sack Lampard if things go a little bad, which it might go. It will go sometimes, you know. Frank Lampard isn't experienced. He's Derby Chelsea. That's it. So he has to learn. But Mera Lampard, yaar. Mera Lampard. So remember that song? You know, you can't sack Lampard. I'll cry. I mean, we all will cry.
It's all about backing him
Yeah.
back.
Actually. Also, the thing that he fights and argues with those alpha managers like Jurgen Klopp and Jose Mourinho, that's actually cool. Because he wants to, argue with them, talk with them. Yes, he is just in his third managerial career and third year of his managerial career, but he still fights and argues with those guys who have won like almost everything. Jose Mourinho recently, that's actually pretty awesome. That we all loved that. So moving on to something really, really controversial here, that is Mason Mount. Recently, there are people telling that Frank Lampard uses him a lot. He is overused. वो थक जाता है, फिर भी he is used a lot. What are your thoughts on that part? Do you think it is something that Frank Lampard is really biased with him, something like that?
I don't think he's biased. I think his work rate is something much better than the players we have at the moment. But as of lately, I think Frank is starting him too much. I think on the wings where he's not that effective. So why? Yeah, maybe we had injuries, but yeah, in some games I think he didn't play really well. So because of that continuity Frank gave him. So I don't know. I think, but I think whenever he has played, I think he did a good job. I think so. Maybe you can say he is biased, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I
It's really
mean,
controversial. I am not. I haven't decided yet what to think of that.
yeah, it's really, really controversial. You never know if he's biased or not. Rituraj, what are your thoughts on Mason Mount fact? Like the thing of Mason Mount.
Okay, the reason why Frank relies so much on Mount is because he got to the playoff finals of the championship because of Mount. Mount was instrumental in that particular season of him, and I'm not doubting Mount as a player. Okay, that it's just that Frank need not play him on the wings. Like he really plays out of position. Okay, you think of playing him now as a number 10, but number 10 you have Havertz naturally, a natural player who plays in that role better than Mount probably with the dribbling abilities and close control. You can't play him on the left. You got Werner. And the thing that remains, Callum, I don't know why Callum didn't play, but he should have played by now. I don't know what has happened on the training ground, how his training is going, but Mount should not play as a wing. If you want to play him, you have to bench Havertz, but that's very hypothetical now. As you have seen, he's the wonder kid. He is the crown prince of the German football team. So yeah, if you want to play him as a number 8. He's really not good at the dribbling abilities. He's not. He's a moderate player at pace. So you, if you want to play him as a number 8. The number 8 is a position you might want to play him to supply the balls to Werner or any of thing of that sort. You really can't play him as Cam now. So yeah, if you want to play Mount, play him as number 8. That's my view now. And Lamp, if you can't hate Mount when the best player in the world backs him and tells him that yeah, Mason Mount's a player, good damn player, and that's Lionel Messi. So yeah, you don't mess with Lionel Messi's thoughts. He knows what he says, and yeah, that's a great statement of him to say that Mason Mount is a quality player. So yeah, I don't have any problems with Mount playing, but yeah, just don't play him every other match, and play him in his position where he does his best.
Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt that Mason Mount isn't a good player. We saw him last season was his first season in the Premier League, and he was really, really good. And he is an really important part in the Frank Lampard system. The way he presses, his work rate, as Path said, it's really, really good. So he is important for the team, but just like playing overusing him isn't that great. Mohit, what do you think about this?
Mason
Mason
Mount.
Mount.
Oh, he's a good lad. Okay, firstly, he's a very good lad. He's a Chelsea. I don't know he's a Portsmouth lad, but he loves Chelsea. He breathes Chelsea. He has blue blood. But 10 साल इतना young age से है वो club में, and he's from our academy. Like man, इतना hate भी मत दो यार. मतलब अपना ही academy वैसे आया हुआ बंदा है ये. ठीक है, his dream has been just for playing for Chelsea. Kai Havertz's dream is not to play for Chelsea. His dream is to play for Real Madrid. Let's be honest. He gets a move in 5 years to go there, he will. So Mount's dream is to play for Chelsea, and but yeah, Frank's not helping him. I'll be honest, Frank Lampard is not helping Mason Mount here by playing him every single game and a lot of times in the wrong position. Like he's not helping. This is a strange one because start mein we didn't have wingers, so ठीक है, Mount को wrong position में खिला दिया. But then Hudson-Odoi भी है, and then Havertz left, Werner को left में खिलाया ही है, तो Hudson-Odoi को right में खिला सकता है. And then you have your Tammy up front, so you could play Mount, maybe Havertz's Cam, and then there's so much. You can have a game where you don't play Mount and you still win. Okay, I know Lampard का. There was a time I thought कि Lampard thinks this way कि मेरा starting 11, okay, first Mount, हाँ उसके बाद में मैं team बनाऊंगा. Mount इधर है, that doesn't help. Okay, you need to make the team like 11 who wins. I mean, lamps is lamps, but yeah, Mason Mount, I feel for the guy. Gets a lot of hate on social media. It's not good. I said, मत करो आज on the occasion of World Mental Health Day. like to just say, love your other human beings, okay? And yeah, that helps. It's not a bad thing. And Mason Mount is a Chelsea player. He's अपना academy का बंदा है. Cut him some slack.
Yeah, he is a really good player, no doubts about that. So moving on to the next thing that, according to me, what do you all think? I'm just taking into consideration the 4 games we played in the Prem. So, according to you all, who do you think was our best performer in those 4 games that we have played? Rituraj, what do you think? Who was our best player?
Okay. In terms of the offensive play, the style of play that Lampard has, visualized, he has his vision. According to that style of play, Werner has been absolutely phenomenal. Okay, I know he hasn't got a goal in the Premier League still, but if you see him on the pitch, you see him against Liverpool, you see him against Palace, the work ethic that he has, the amount of chances that he creates, the amount of chances that he can finish. Absolutely, we know that he's just taking his time, but he's winning penalties for now. He has already scored against Spurs, which is a beautiful trait. It will be quite helpful in the coming years, in the coming derbies as well. So yeah, Werner has been absolutely phenomenal in this first few games, and I hope to see some more goals, some more uh, better play from him in the future games.
Yeah, definitely. Werner was really good. He did. I think he has something like really. He really hates Spurs. I think he scores every time he plays against them. So that's actually actually really
Yeah,
good.
And in the Champions League,
So
okay, he's
Parth, who do you
scoring.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Parth, what do you think? Who was our best performer in these 4 games?
it's very hard to pick because I think every game we had a different goal scorer. So yes, as Ruturaj said, I think Warner was really standout for us. Also, I'll pick Zuma too in that category with his performances that he did. Very consistent performance this season. I think he has started really well. So these two are my thoughts, but it's too early to judge anyone. I think we had very different goal scorers, which is a good sign. So it's not that we are not relying on any one player. So it's all team effort we are putting into in every game. So it was really good to see, and really looking forward to this kind of performances in future games.
Yeah, definitely, because there are going to be players who come and score, and there'll be a lot of goals this season. I expect Chelsea to score a lot of goals. Mohit, according to you, who has been the best?
Yeah, like Parth said, it's been like few games. You shouldn't judge anyone in that, but yeah, not really. It's tough when you have 6 to 7 changes every game. Don't know who's playing where. So God, I think Zuma, I think would be mine again because he's been exceptional. To be honest, Kurt Zuma, and attack. What can I say? No one's been really that good. So yeah, at the moment, Kurt has it for me. Kurt Zuma. Kurt Zuma.
Right, yes. Me too. I would also go with Kurt Zuma because he has been the heart of our defense. Like starting from last season when football restarted, he was
Yeah,
really good.
exactly.
And again, he started this season. He has started the season really well. So for me, it has to be Zuma in the defense. And I guess going forward, I would like to say Kai Havertz, okay, because he is new, he is still young, but still he has adapted quite well. Got I think 1 or 2 assists as well in the Premier League. He's not scored yet, but also yeah, he has scored an hat-trick, but EFL Cup. But I think he has adapted well to this Chelsea system, this Frank Lampard system. So I think it has to, for me, it has to be Kai Havertz. So let's move on to the players that have gone out on loan for us this time. The recent players that are mostly, uh, mm, I think Barkley and Loftus-Cheek. I think Barkley, I think played
Yeah,
really well against Liverpool.
I didn't understand why we loaned Barkley out and was really didn't think why. Uh, when the news came, why he went, I don't know why. You see the performance against Liverpool, I think it did. Easily he could have got 1 or 2 goals. So I was really annoyed with why he left. Yes, I think I was hoping Loftus-Cheek will go out on loan because he will not get
You-
that time.
yeah.
But with Barkley, I didn't think it was a very good choice because the games that will come in December, November, I think we need squad players. Yes, we have signings, but still we need players because we are playing 3 games every week. So it's going to be hectic. So I don't know why we loaned him. So that's the only negative I had from that loan
Right. Yeah,
departures.
that was actually a surprise because like there was no rumors of Barkley going out. It was
Yeah,
all of a sudden. So yeah, Rituraj, what are your thoughts on those two going out on loan?
Uh, I guess both are pretty good loan moves in the Premier League itself. Like you've got those lads playing. You have got the opportunity to see them week in week out how they are performing. Unlike going out in the other country and don't have any tabs on them on how on as to how they perform. But yeah, as I want to say, they are good loans. Uh, Barkley just wants to bring his Everton days back. Yeah, he was phenomenal. I've seen some clips of him in in the Everton shirt. The reason why Conte bought him was his day at Everton. So yeah, he wants to bring that form back, I guess, and he is doing it pretty well. Missing quite a few chances, but that's okay. He you it's great when you score 7 against Aston Liverpool. Okay, being a part of it is also a great thing.
Liverpool.
Yeah, so that's it's a great thing. So and also RLC as well. I don't know why did we play that friendly in the US. What was the need when he was in the top of his form?
Yeah,
uh, he got injury hit for now a year, I guess, and he's back. When he's back, he's not in his best shape. He's not getting that game time from Lampard or any other manager. If you had been that, he wouldn't have given that game time. So yeah, he needs to be more. He needs to be given more game time to get back into form, and that's why he has moved across West London to Fulham. He'll get those time, and we just hope those two players bring back their form. But again, you have got a jam-packed season. You have to keep some players for you as well. Now, we have Billy Gilmore as our backup. We have Kovacic. We have that midfield. But in the attacking midfield, you have got a very thin line. Not a very thin line, but limited options that you can play throughout the season. Yeah, you can rotate, of course, but that's also very difficult when you you loan out two of your players who were starting in your first team. So yeah, it's a mixed feeling for me.
Yeah, right. Hmm. Mohit, just quickly, what do you think
Yeah,
about those
great.
loan moves?
I mean, Loftus-Cheek, I do feel for him that friendly man. He's one of our own Loftus-Cheek, so our academy. So again, I have respect for him for that reason. Barkley was always shit, and he's still shit, and he's deserved to be very good to see average players go out of my club. I would love Alonso and Rudiger and all of them to go on, but last day में नहीं हुआ वो. Good to see Chelsea going in the right direction for once. It was a great move. And someone said we need Barkley. I'll now tell you why we don't need Barkley. Because in deep midfield we have Kante, Kovacic, Jorginho, and Gilmore. That's 4, more than enough. And for fucking butterfly, we have for attacking midfield we have Kai Havertz and Mason Mount. So and overall midfield, if you see, we have Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Jorginho, Kante, Gilmore, Kovacic. That's more than enough. So yeah, we don't need Barkley. And Loftus-Cheek, I'd still like, but I feel for him. I hope he develops. Barkley, he was never good. He was never Chelsea quality, and he will never be. So, yeah, like I said, Barkley ka to mera, he has one good game in like 15 to 20, and uske upar fans do all that. So yeah, it's a good thing Barkley left.
Yeah, mixed feelings. Like everyone has mixed feelings about this because for Loftus-Cheek, the injury that he went through just spoiled his career, I guess. But उसके बाद he couldn't really get back into that form which he was before. So it actually kind of spoiled the form he was in. So yeah, that was about it with from this episode of Tea with CTV episode 3. With that brings us to the end of this episode. So thanks a lot, Parth, for joining us for this episode. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure.
But hope to
thank
see you
you.
Thank you.
in further episodes as well. Great having you.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
on.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
check out
sure.
Tiny Football Tales, his poems there as well. Awesome,
Yeah,
legend.
some great poems there. Yeah, do
Yeah.
follow, and do please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. The links also, you
Yeah.
can, if you want to contact us, you want to come on the podcast, you just see those description. You can contact us on Instagram, Chelsea Thane Blues, Thane Blues on Twitter, and Chelsea Thane Blues on Facebook as well. So yeah, see you around with episode 4 again, probably, yeah, with a new guest, and the same
Yeah.
three us. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, maybe before Man United. Who knows?
yeah.
We'll
Who
see.
knows? Who knows? Yeah, let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks
So
for listening.